go to market here, how have you adapted that to meet the cultural and business demands that they expect here?
Yeah. Well, manufacturing centric too, right? Japan is just a great manufacturing nation. They're very relationship focused, as they should be. That ties in well to our philosophy, which is at the end of the day, we're people helping people. Mm-hmm. And how do you build strong relationships? Right? You build trust. That's probably the number one commodity. How do you build trust? You build trust by making sure whatever you tell them you can do that, plus a little bit more, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And to make sure you can deliver on what you say you're going to deliver on, and then you're also
that's the key. Yeah.
Your key. That's the key. Yeah. And being prescriptive. So it's not just, hey, we sell you something and then we move on. It's no. This is a platform. We're going to work with you to solve a problem, align with your key critical initiatives, and making sure we deliver on those outcomes and that value gets realized, and then we can move on to the next thing. But it's a different, it's a different mindset than sort of transaction focused, which I think Zscaler had to be that focus level because they were creating a new market, ZIA. Yeah. But we've matured since then.
Yeah, and one of the things about this region, Japan in particular, I think they were very slow to adopt cloud. Now, part of that is Japan does. My mom's from Japan, so culturally, I understand this region a lot.
Yeah.
Very much in office. Yeah. They don't really like to disrupt things, but they seem all on board with cloud now. Yeah. And so when you think about that, how are you trying to help these customers through that migration so they can go to the cloud, but do it in a way where they minimize risk and they do it safely?
Yeah. Yeah, that is key, and definitely more risk averse than some geo areas, but we do like that, and I think we've kind of hit that quantum shift where we've got a strong set of customers here that are very successful, and word travels fast in Japan. That's why we always say it's all about delivering the outcomes. That's what customer success is. And we'll continue to invest there to make sure that we can support this market. They have special requirements, obviously, around language. Yes, right, yeah. And different key integrations that they have to have in place, and we see that. So we're making those investments, and I'm always pushing our teams to incorporate that in early. So it's once you release a product, you don't have to wait long before we can actually service the Japanese market. We've got about a 6-month window now, which is great.
Yeah, that is great. And that you brought up the concept of zero trust, and I was at the Melbourne event, and they talked about the trust gap. Yeah. Right. And how well do you think that's understood here in this region? And one of the reasons I ask is I do think zero trust has become a term that's almost become overused. Yeah. Some of the network vendors that confuse ZTNA and zero trust, and so I guess start from there. Like, do you think the concept's well understood here? Yeah. And then if it is, do they understand the unique value proposition that the Zscaler platform brings?
Yeah, I think it's probably half the people understand it and half the people don't. It's on us to make it simpler to understand what is zero trust in Zscaler's eyes, and that's when you just can't move laterally on a network, period. There's no way to do it. And we provide a solution to do that. The others have a solution where they may say that's what they do, but the reality is you do get in the network. So if you put a VPN in the cloud, that's not zero trust in our definition.
It's partial trust.
It's partial trust. Yeah. Partial trust. Maybe that needs a new term, but we do have to spend a decent amount of time making sure people understand our architecture versus the others. That is key. That's why we invest in these architects that help build these relationships. And it's a process, but it's more widely understood now. People
I've actually tried to explain it just very simply that the internet was built on the concept that everything can talk to everything, and that's why it works so fast. Yeah. Zero trust flips that around, and nothing can talk to anything else without explicit permission.
Right.
Right. And so therefore, if you think about the traditional VPN model, if you get breached, everything can talk to everything.
That's right.
Right. And it creates an unfettered access. And if you think about a lot of the big breaches that we've seen historically, if they've been running zero trust, those breaches certainly would have been minimized.
Yep. Right. Well put. Yeah. Well put. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to have you explain that to others. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know ecosystem's very important to Zscaler, and it's critically important in this region, right, where they want to partner. In fact, I was down at your, again, in the Melbourne event, they made a lot of the Telstra partnership, who was the biggest telco there. And so talk about some of the partnerships you have in this region.
Yeah. So number one, it's all the big players, right? You think about SoftBank and NTT. We're really most interested in partnering with the partners that our customers say, hey, please make sure they can help service us. So we'll focus, we're very customer driven, we'll focus on whoever they say their key partners are. And, you know, in this region especially, if you look at the commercial market, which is probably 30% of the market here, 30-40%, that's companies 5,000 and below. You know, we can't get to all of them with our folks. You know, we're technology, and that's how we view it. We have customer success and we have professional services, but they're only there to actually provide an example of what great looks like so that our partners can learn from that. We're all about enabling our partners to actually operate at scale and be able to run a profitable business and help our customers realize outcomes. So we'll continue to do that. But you've got the managed service providers out here.
And that's a huge opportunity in this country. I know it's funny, managed services tends to vary region by region, country by country, but it's really the norm here in Japan.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it a little bit in our all hands we just had out there with Red Canary. Red Canary, we think in the next 6 months to a year will be available. That technology.
Okay, now I want to make it a little smaller, so we can watch everything at the same time.
Technology, and then partners might say, well, wait a second, you know, we offer that service. Well, we look at it as if you're a partner, you're working with our customers, you can utilize, we'll help you utilize our technology to provide an even more profitable, better run service for your customers. And that's our responsibility to help our customers, you know, and partners make sense of all that data that we generate. It's a massive, and it's only going to keep going up.
Well, that's really the unique advantage I think that Zscaler has, is when you think about platformization of security, lots of vendors use it. The cloud-based platform that Zscaler has.
I don't even know what platformization means. That's
well, it consolidates all the, I think.
Consolidation.
Well, kind of, right? Now, there's different ways to platform. You can do it through M&A, in which, you know, right, and some of your competitors do that. And the caution I have with that is with AI, right, good data leads to good insights, but silos of data leads to fragmented insights. And I think a lot of your competitors that have built through M&A, good companies, right? But they, from an AI perspective.
Okay, so now I want to verify that MSN Recorder Max also works. I'm going to stop it, and then we'll play it back. In the meantime, I want to give it time to finish, and then we'll try to play it back, see if it is still working. I want to stop the recording here.